end up in a lion's den or maybe in a frying pan. Either way, you getting ate though. This ain't the late show, but you shacking a fool and getting booted like safe mode. Network them networks. Stop you a dang chump, a man punk that don't belong near my command prompt. Fan of it, they amateurs, no need to pandering. Moving forward like progress, they still like mannequins. Guess that I can answer this. You sort of like philanthropists, cause I'm breaking the mics and y'all paying for the damages. Off the scale like hippopotamus weight, and you just off the rails and gotta be fake. It gotta be fake. Lot on the plate is possible, you got in the way. A lot of y'all is trying to be great, so why would you wait? And some are like to try to relate that I got a big ego, but we know that's just a projection, and even he know. You see those? They're called haters, and you really need those. They keep your name relevant when you gotta compete. So pitch perfect like Neo singing a C note. Producer slapping bass like Tito. I'm walking moves like his brother Michael, but I'm clutch like the Jordan one, and you DeAndre shooting a free throw. You be broke, herb balling like a nudist. I'm not foolish, solid economics like the Jewish. What I'm doing is from here to Budapest. I'm grinding, growing like she a pest. Your best bet, don't be a pest and just accept that he's the best. The debate is not up for you in a up.
I am Dark Side.
Stand back and peep the light show. Green Lantern's got this. I'm not through with you.
Hello and welcome to Xcast. I'm the broke dreamer and I'm with
It's so specific. The way he gets
Nero.
jumped.
What?
The way he gets jumped, it's so specific.
Yep. It was fun to see.
And then
it.
every time someone gets jumped,
It's always fun, you know, seeing some stuff like that. I will have to change it because copyright stuff anyway. That being said, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm fine.
How was your week?
You know what? You can try to take the micro. No. It wouldn't move too much. Anyway, my week was okay. I survived another day to say hello.
Wow. Okay.
And you?
Well, my week, I've tried. God knows why. I played EA games because there's a couple of games locked on that platform that are actually pretty decent and not
Which?
necessarily playable on emulator, like, you know, Shadows of the Damned, Mirror's Edge, Dead Space.
Wait.
Shadows of the Damned
You
is on.
create an account to play Mirror's Edge?
No, you don't create an account. You just link your Game Pass.
I have Mirror's Edge on, what's the name? GOG. You don't need a EA account to
Not on
use it.
GOG.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I bought it when I start using GOG because
Do they have Mirror's Edge too?
I don't know, but I did want to play Mirror's Edge 2. I just wanted to play Mirror's Edge 1 because it was one of the best game of my memories
Life.
and shit. You see what I mean?
Your life. Well, anyways, so I also tried a couple of racing games this week. Forza 5, Need for Speed Heat, and Need for Speed Unbound. Forza 5 is easily the wokest, like, non-discrete game I ever seen. Usually the games don't put the wokeness at the forefront. They kind of weigh on a bit before pushing that garbage on you. Or at least you see it in the trailer, then you play 10 minutes, it's fine, and then they go woke. The first thing you do, after a really great intro, where you transition from car to car, and scenery to scenery, is that you make your character. And the characters actually look good in the portrait. The 3D models are kind of uncanny. You can tell they put all the effort in the cars and the land, but not modeling people like most racing game. And then you get to choose if you want an artificial limb, arm, leg, or if you want to have a hearing aid. And you also get to choose your pronouns. And like we talked about it, why is there only they, them? Maybe I'm Xerxer. why do they have such a lack of pronouns? They only have 3 pronouns. Really? Her, him, she, her, they, them? That's really limited. And why only hearing aids? Some people can't see really well.
Yeah.
So why not glasses? Maybe I'm blind. Why doesn't my character have a cane?
You know what would be...
Why am I not in a wheelchair? Why do they not have people in wheelchairs drive? Why do you not have cars adapted for people in wheelchairs?
For real. Racing car for people in wheelchair.
Why is it a race? Why can't we just drive around for fun? Winning is a concept of the patriarchy. You can tell I correct myself. It's the game that has the most, man, it's there because of ESG.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the game is pretty fun. It has nothing to do, it's just you go to okay, maybe the character, I hate when Latino people have lines and you can tell they just speak. It's just like they talk in English and then suddenly speak in Spanish, but just for representation. Like you would just speak in Spanish the entire time because I just feel like you're speaking in English for the white people. If you're going to speak Spanish, just speak Spanish. If if you say
Como estás, señora?
Like a swear word in Spanish because you're shocked, that's
Maricón.
normal. But if you start speaking
Puta de madre.
complete sentences in Spanish, and then you just revert to English for no reason, that's just a woke flex. I don't care for that. Other than that, the game is okay. It's just that I'm not a big fan of racing sims, because racing sims are games that are better played with a wheel. It's really not worth it to play a racing sim with a keyboard or a controller because you're just not doing enough. I'd rather play arcade. I'm more of an arcade racer type of guy when I have boost. Burnout is more of my thing, or Wipeout, or Mario Kart, but not really Forza. I really like Burnout, and Need for Speed Heat I thought was going to scratch that itch, but it seems that my problem is that if you want arcade racers now, you have to go for indie, but indie racers have 2 problems. A lot of them are just really mid, like they have bad reviews and they don't play that well, or they're woke. The good ones, the one that have good reviews are woke, and the ones that are not woke have like really middling reviews. So I whether it's AAA or indie, I don't really have arcade simulators. And
yes, you have Gran Turismo 7 with all the.
I mean, the arcade games, not simulators, but arcade.
Okay, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You have the old school one.
And then Need for Speed Heat is just garbage. Your car weighs 1,000 tons, but it drifts really easily.
Mm-hmm.
And the AI is just fucking terrible because your rival character will always rubber band to you. And if you do a single mistake, you're fucked. I've never had so much retries. In games, normally in racing games, I end up in first. If I go for, normal or hard, maybe I have to work a little bit to get first. Especially like Mario Kart 150cc, you have to work to stay in first. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But Need for Speed Heat, I restarted the first race 10, 15 times. I struggle. I only ended up in 3rd place and I went, okay, fuck it. I fucking hated my experience. Then I went for Need for Speed Unbound, the new one. The driving is a bit better. The cars don't weigh 1,000 tons, but the drifting is still kind of shit. They can't do it like other games where you accelerate, you brake, and then you let go of the gas to drift. You drift by tapping the gas, or in Unbound you can by default it's tap brake to drift. So what happens is that sometimes you just want to brake just a little bit, just give it a bit of brake, and you just end up drifting for no reason. But otherwise, the graphics are good. I like that they have a story mode, but they went for a cartoony art style. And even when you're racing, you have graffitis everywhere. So the smoke from your car is graffiti. When you go in the air, you'll have big air written around your car, and it's graffiti. It's really good visually. I like the music. I like the driving, even though I'm not a fan of the drifting mechanic. I like pretty much everything. But my god, again, AI, garbage. So in this game, you start with a really nice car, and after losing it, like in Most Wanted, because they've peaked at Most Wanted.
Huh?
They peaked at Most Wanted.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You can choose. Now you can choose like your the build of your car, like the chassis, the engine and everything, and also the style. And you can you start with a B level car, but you want to have an A level car, an S level car. And then it does make a difference because those cars don't accelerate as fast and everything. And it's really nice. It's just that the AI is fucking trash. Everyone races in a pack. In racing games, normally you'll like Mario Kart, you'll have one character. When you do a cup, one character will always be like your rival. It'll be better than the others, and then some people are in the middle, and then some people in the back of the group. Not in this game. Everyone is in the middle, so you have to boost at the start. You have to, when you time your perfect start, it's the window is really narrow and it's so sensitive. You overdo it or underdo it. It's terrible. And then what happens is that if you don't have that lead in the beginning, you're not getting better than third or fourth place. And it has that system where everyone wins money depending on your position, but they want to make sure that you don't spend your time, because I'm a tryhard. When in the racing game I get third place, I'm just gonna retry until I get first place in every fucking race. But here you can do that because you have a limited number of tries depending on your difficulty. So you kind of have to commit. It's a really interesting system, but the issue is that the AI is so poorly balanced. Instead of always being first, you're always last. It's the contrary of like Mario Kart on 50cc. This is the complete opposite, and you're always goddamn last. And it's really annoying, and it's really frustrating. Because now you're like, oh my god, I'm just... If you're in last place, you're probably losing money too, because you have to bid money, and you can also make bets during the races. But it's so goddamn hard. I have yeah, go ahead.
Get good, scrub.
I have a 10, because this is a new game, so it's not on EA Play, it's on EA Plus, whatever. I have a 10 hour,
I was thinking about that. It's nothing in context, but I have 130 hours of gameplay in Deadverse Let It Die.
Oh, that's nice.
In 3 months.
That's nice.
That's a lot.
That's nice.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, no, that's nice. And I have not in 2 hours of gameplay, out of that 10 hours I'm allowed. So I've not ended in first place a single goddamn time.
Okay.
Oh, also the story is trash. I don't know why they try to have stories in these games. The story is trash. It's not even that woke. It's just like garbage Reddit Zoomer writing. You have your main character is like, oh no, I don't need to talk to fill the silence. Totally not. And she keeps on talking, and it's not funny. It's just not funny. I go out of my way to just start races to not hear the dialogue or skip cutscenes, which is sad because the cutscenes are actually nice looking because of the really cartoony art style and graffiti style. But
no tits.
No tits. The girls you can make are actually kind of cute. Well,
No
okay,
tits.
the Asian girl is the cutest. Some of them really look like trash.
No tits.
But yeah, no tits. It's a game maybe I'd buy for $20 if it wasn't EA. Like if I could just buy it on Steam and not... If it's on GOG, no, it's not gonna be on GOG. I'm not gonna buy it because, well, it's fucking full price. So like $80, $90, but my dude, do you really think like I'm gonna pay for anything EA?
Yeah. Most people that I saw talking
yeah.
about this game were trashing the game because they were thinking that the game was trash, and there's always people talking and stuff.
Yeah, no, for real. It's just that it's the worst example of, you know, when characters are talking but then the dialogue gets interrupted. You would think developers would make, for one, dialogue shorter, or two, make sure that your character can't initiate any activity until the dialogue is over, so you wouldn't skip over it. But no, it's really easy to skip the dialogue, and it doesn't replay if you skip it. But the story is trash, so I don't give a fuck.
I won't lie. I don't care if the dialogue is skippable, but I hate this new trend of... oh, we're gonna talk until I see something funny. Like, I don't know, I will call it like blah blah around. I don't know.
Modern Marvel, we're doing ad lib. We don't actually have a script.
Yeah.
Because we fired the guy who did the script because he wasn't woke.
I tried. I just download the game from Justin Rowling, or I don't.
Oh yeah, High on Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that you have Game Pass now.
But
welcome to the Game Pass Master Race.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm not sure to try it because
I was going to try it, but I think my brain would blow up if... Oh yeah, Justin Roiland was accused of domestic violence, but like 2 years ago, but it's only now resurfacing because he's going to court.
Oh, that's... I don't care.
Beat women. I do it for sport, get tickets on purpose, don't show up to a court.
I won't lie,
I don't care either, but it's just,
like,
that's why I didn't want to cover it. I didn't, prepare an article for that. I just didn't care. But yeah, High on Life. Next article.
Yeah, wasn't good. Okay, what did I do film service? Oh yeah, now I'm on Xbox Game Pass. Sorry. So now I do use Xbox Game Pass so I can play some game and put some review out with the free play that I have. Yeah, that's it. I'm working on my next video that's supposed to come out this week, but will come out next week because I'm a lazy fuck that has a day job. So this, and yeah, this year gonna be a great year.
Yeah.
I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start.
Okay, so that was mine. The new Dead Space trailer. It looks good.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah,
or?
it doesn't look like they fucked up the gameplay, but the censorship is... it's censorship.
let's play it while we're talking.
It's kind of I really wanted Callisto Protocol to work and for the Dead Space remake to flop, but it looks like it's going to be the contrary. I have the impression that there's going to be some woke stuff, but people will ignore it because it's Dead Space. I don't like that Isaac doesn't look like Isaac. Yeah, ironically, he looks like a generic white man now, which you'd think I'd be happy for that. I kind of like the look of Isaac, you know. You'd think that they want to keep him looking like a non-distinct.
Maybe he's a bad person.
And I don't. His girlfriend looks the same, but she looks way too fucking old. The lighting is good. The texture, everything looks good. It's just that it's EA. Even if it's not woke and it's not trash and it's not that censored, am I going to pay full price?
Damn, she looked old.
Yeah, before she looked like she was in late 20s. Now she looks like she's late 30s, early 40s.
That doesn't exist. Women under 30 doesn't exist no more.
Yeah, women under 25 are like children, you know? Like, why are you dating women so young? She's 20 fucking... Oh, 5. Yeah, no, it's just... Yeah. I don't know if they're going to make a new Dead Space eventually. You know, if this game works and then they announce like Dead Space 4 or something.
Okay.
I mean, are you going to buy it? Because the thing is that you're going to have to use EA whatever.
Nope.
I'm not going to buy it. Are you going to buy Harry Potter?
Yep.
I might buy Harry Potter. I don't want to... You know, when woke people get angry and say, don't play that thing. Okay, I'm going to play it. Yep. I was wary because that game kind of... They're like in the 18th century and there's Asian students. I'm like, oh, come on. And black students. But I'm willing to try, okay? I'm willing to try.
Yeah.
Just to have something to talk about. But not Dead Space because I don't want... just because you have your own launcher, I'm not going to buy that game. I'm going to play it when it goes on Epic or if it's on when it's on Game Pass. But other than that, I'm not playing it.
Yep. Like, I won't lie, Callisto Protocol looks interesting. I wanted to try it just to see if I will be one of those that will like it. But at the same time, I didn't know, so yeah.
It's 20% off on Steam.
I don't care.
I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wait for when it's a deep drop. Does it have... Oh, but there's the Nouveau.
On what?
On Harry Potter and Tai Chi.
Hogwarts Legacy, ULA.
The Nouveau and Tai Chi. No, I'm good.
Where do you see it?
You just went past it. Go back. Golden. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy it.
Okay.
I don't want to have a backdoor in my computer, and I don't want to have...
The Nouveau is not a backdoor, it's more of a...
My computer to slow the fuck down.
Yeah, it's throttling the performance to call home, so yeah. I understand. I don't have
Are you going to buy it, or are you going to wait?
I will buy it just to, you know... Just to piss off the Wookiee. It looks like a good game. The graphics are cool. And, what, 20 years since the last Harry Potter games?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I might still try it. I'll see.
I'm going in with it. So, that's me.
It's coming out on Valentine.
Yeah. So, this article...
Oh, yeah. So, I am not excited for the next Ant-Man and the Wasp because they have their shitty We Was King's version of Kang the Conqueror. And it looks trash. It really looks like...
Kang the Conqueror?
You know Kang the Conqueror? The guy with the blue face who sits in the chair. Google it. So Kang the Conqueror is black now and he's a human for some reason. And you could tell the problem is that Marvel people complain that they don't have a direction. So they just went, it's actually this villain. Now it's all about like Kang and like the timeline, the sacred timeline. So that thing you introduced in like one show, and the problem with Phase 4 is that you gave shows and movies to people who did not give a fuck and went out of their way to Kang, Kang.
It's not corrected.
You went out of your way.
Him.
Yeah, now he's black. And you see like his face is blue. In the movie, it's just because there's a visor in front. He removes the visor and then you can tell that he's black underneath. And he wears terrible sandals.
Why?
We was Kangs. We was Kangs the Conqueror.
Oh, good. Let's go to the next shit.
So they said that they're so they have no direction and people go out of their way to not, you know, James Gunn set up Thor with the Guardians of the Galaxy and then Taiki went, nope, I don't care, and then removed him immediately, and you're like, why do you bother setting things up? So now we're at Quantumania and they have a villain that they worked one season to introduce, and now they're saying that they're undergoing reshoots to include Marvel's now trademark cheap laughs. So there's not enough humor. I'm paraphrasing. There's not enough humor, so they were doing reshoots to make it that Josh Whedon style of shitty Marvel humor, which is sad because it looks like this movie is trying to be a lot more serious and trying to give serious consequences for the Ant-Man character, which would be nice, but
Ant-Man is supposed to be a comic relief. How dare you give something serious or comic relief?
So now you're going to have a serious movie, probably undercut by really fucking horrible comic relief moments.
Something that I just think is the fact that, and that's me, is the fact that the universe of Marvel was fucking vast and powerful, and now it feels just like it's just Earth.
Yeah.
Like, and that's for everything, Star Wars included. Star Wars look like...
especially Star Wars.
Oh.
No, Star Wars is just like Tatooine now.
It's Tatooine and black people. That's it. Tatooine and black people.
Because before, you know, you had like, you had Luke Skywalker and like his descendants. You know, you had the kids of Leia. Mm-hmm. You had the new Jedi Order, 100 years. You know that hundreds of years after Luke that he formed.
Yeah.
You had Admiral Thrawn, whatever. You had a lot
Admiral Adbar. It's a trap.
You had a lot of stuff.
And you had a lot of alien. Now we have a lot of representation.
I also like, you know, the last Star Wars game, Squadron, the space sim. It was kind of nice that we have a game with no Jedis, and it's just like the point of view of the rebels and the Empire. And I like the when they had the trailer, when you had that Asian guy who's like a pilot and he was a captain, and seeing that's what the expanded universe used to do. You see the point of view of the Jedis, the smugglers, everyone, and you really felt like it was this vast thing. And while Marvel always had a problem with their cosmic side, DC is the one with a really developed cosmic roster. Marvel was more New York and the West Coast, and maybe Canada, and then they developed it with Guardians of the Galaxy in the early 2000s, but you still had a lot of, you know, a couple of hundred superheroes just around the state of New York. But now they really cut back, and you really feel like that it's, you know, even Civil War, you felt like there was 20 people in the parking lot. But now it feels like two people in a Baskin Robbins.
20 people in an airplane.
Yeah. It feels really downgraded, because you retired and killed all the characters, which is fine. You want to introduce legacy characters, but most of them are trash, and your shows are trash, and your movies are trash. And even like the fact checkers, dick suckers can't say anything because it's like no. We're post scamdemic, and Spider-Man can make 2 billions, but none of y'all movies can make anything. And Spider-Man is Sony, not Marvel technically, and it's the only movie who makes more. And everything else, I mean, let's face it, making a Phase 4 about all these legacy characters was a really fucking dumb idea. Because even in the comics, I saw a video who said it well. Characters like Captain Marvel or Falcon are like B tier at best. They're C tier characters.
Captain Marvel?
Yeah, and then even in the comic, they get a chance. They get cancelled. Then they get rebooted. Then they get cancelled. Even Captain Marvel, before she went rogue, she sold what? 30,000 units at best?
30? Damn.
30,000 on her first, and then she would dip down to like 20,000.
You generous.
And then the new Captain Marvel starts at like 50,000, but drops at like 2,000 in the second week. And then they reboot it, and then it goes back to 50, and then it drops back to 2,000. It sucks. You should have... You know, Spider-Man, okay, Ant-Man, Bucky should have been Captain America, and then, you know, the C-list characters should have TV shows. Falcon should just be a TV show. Bucky should be a movie. Spider-Man should be a movie. Doctor Strange too. And they should have made...
Bucky shouldn't be a movie.
If you get the same guys who wrote Winter Soldier... You could make something good out of that if you have the good writers.
Have made something good in the past because now...
Now, no. And make Doctor Strange the new focus of the MCU like Iron Man was. And don't make him a bait and switch for America, I don't give a fuck. You know?
You mean...
America, illegal alien. But no!
So you mean legal immigrant.
You didn't make Doctor Strange the focus. Make Doctor Strange the focus... push up the characters that people really like Hulk, Spider-Man, and then introduce the X-Men. But no, only Spider-Man's making money, and
only Sony is making money.
And then the rest is trash. And then the movies that could have made money, like Thor, didn't. Only maybe Guardians will make money. You should have made a Thor movie with the Guardians, but you didn't do that. You fucked it up.
Yeah,
it
but
sucks.
Because, you know, Thor, it's a running gag.
You could have developed the cosmic side by having Thor go to space and be like, okay, the crisis is past, and then, you know, we're gonna help people in outer space because we solved the Thanos crisis on Earth. Now we're gonna repair what he fucked up in outer space, and then introduce the Silver Surfer. But
I don't want them to understand.
That'd be a good idea.
Like you remember when you were like, oh, I can't wait for them to introduce this character or this character doing this part. And you're like, now it's...
Oh, thank God they're not introducing him. They can't fuck him up.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
I'm glad they didn't bring back Black Panther because they would have fucked him up too.
I really don't care. I just... For real, I love reading my manga and anime, watching anime. Like, there's a new manga about...
because those things don't have the Western clap.
Western what?
Clap, you know, like the herpes.
Okay.
You don't have the clap.
Okay, I understand what you mean. No, it's just because they can't, because they have a vast audience and they want to please their audience. Like, each manga has its own niche, but they had like the vast part. Like there's a new
They made Kang Black
manga who came out. The story is a guy who wanna get back to his crewmate. He bought each of their mother to make his own crew with it. So each of their mother is a MILF slave.
Are you sure that's not a One Piece doujin?
No, it's that guy.
Oh.
Yeah. I forget the name. I had it on one of my tabs, and I was about to read it, and like the usual suspect are just how can they create something that bad And they shouldn't create something like this. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Go back to your stuff, you fucking tourist.
Yeah, fuck that shit very much.
And okay, so I guess we're done with this.
Yeah, fucking man.
That's your shit.
Oh yeah, it's time for my segment. In hindsight.
Oh wow.
Okay, so I just wanted to talk about how Capcom, you know, they made Resident Evil. It was so popular they even had George Romero to do a Japanese trailer for the game. And it's amazing how they really... Oh man, I love the 80s dark style. It's really fun. I really miss that style. I would have liked a Resident Evil movie made by him. Already looks a lot better than the fucking movies we got. Yeah, I know, right? They look cool.
Yep.
So Capcom basically did the same formula that they did, but instead of taking 20 years, they did it in like what, 5, 10? So you start with a good couple of single player games. Then after 3 or 4 games, people start getting tired of the formula. Then you make Resident Evil Remake. It's a good game. It sold well when it came out. They re-released it on PC and modern hardware. But at the time, it was on GameCube, so it didn't sell well. Then you make Zero. It's on GameCube, it doesn't sell well, and the game is actual trash. So now you do Resident Evil 4 because the creator wants to do something different, and he was always ashamed of the style. Whatever. And then every game after that is just Resident Evil 4, but not as good. And they look in the direction of Gears of War, and they go, man, we want to do that shit too. So now we have Force Co-op and online multiplayer, and it fucking sucks. Then you have a new producer who goes, man, I can make a new Resident Evil game and I can make it good. Just give me a couple of years. I want to go into pre-production. I can make it work. And the producer of Resident Evil 7 made a miracle. 7 was pretty good. They even reintegrated the idea that it was the franchise was supposed to be in first person. It's really fun. It's cool, really cool to play. And then, you know, it works well. Then it opens the door for the classics to come back. So you can make you can go to the next trailer. I have another trailer too. So yeah, you know, Resident Evil 0 was kind of trash, and it was like the final nail in the coffin that really pushed. It was supposed to come out on Nintendo 64, but it came out on GameCube. It pushed the franchise in the direction of Resident Evil 4. You could tell they struggle with the game. The only good part is the train part, and in the N64 version, they only showed that part, and every part after the train is trash anyway. So pretty middling game. Then you strike success. Then every game starts being fucking garbage. And then you succeed with Resident Evil 7. So now you make, you know, you have the remaster for 0 and 1. Then you make Resident Evil 7. Then you make a remake of 2. Then you make Resident Evil 8. And then you fuck it up again by making Resident Evil 3. You cut a lot of the story to, you know, include some fucking multiplayer nobody wanted. Nobody fucking played it. When I played it, there was more people playing Resident Evil 2 than there were people playing the multiplayer of Resident Evil Remake 3. Then you make... No, then afterwards you make Resident Evil 8. And then... no, wait. Which one had the horrible multiplayer?
I do not know.
Yeah, then you make another fucking multiplayer that nobody played with Resident Evil 8, Reverse. So it's really amazing how in less than a decade, you know, we went from Resident Evil 7 in what, 2017? And then by the time we reach 2022, we're back to the same spot where we're tacking on multiplayer that nobody fucking likes. And now it's worse because you're woke and you have microtransactions And it's really sad, especially with Zero, because it wasn't that people said they were tired of Resident Evil at the time, but honestly, nobody's tired of Mario or Zelda because they only make a game where they really have something to do or say.
They only make a game when they have a new console.
Yeah, so you get maybe like one Mario per generation, maybe two.
You have one of each for a generation.
Yeah, you have one Mario main platformer. You have one Mario Kart game. You'll have one or two Mario RPG games.
It depends. You have one Luigi, depending on the year.
Yeah, one RPG game, one racing game, one party game, one main game. If Resident Evil could do that, have one main game, maybe one spin-off, it could work. But they just did too much and just oversaturated their franchise. And it just... They just fucked it up. And it's kind of sad. Because they showed with the recent releases that people want single player experiences. You don't have to just do single player or do multiplayer. Both can coexist. But that's not what happened, and that's not what's happening now. Except that this time, last time they were chasing trends. But now, no one is tired of Resident Evil. It's just that they decided to just veer off course and just go back to multiplayer again like dumbasses. And it's terrible. So that was the lesson of the day.
Okay. Cool. But Resident Evil 8 was good, I guess.
Yeah, it was good. 7 was good. 8 was good. But they tacked on the
8
multiplayer.
is it the one with...
Yeah, big lady, whatever. But it's still pretty decent.
No.
Remake 3 fucking suck.
Okay. So, Hogwarts Legacy enter stream top 10 seller despite multiple call for boycott. So just saying that, you know when we say that broke people don't buy shit, and that Twitter people who ask for boycott don't buy shit.
We're going to see it now.
Oh yeah, it's top 10. I bought the... I will purchase the Hogwarts Legacy Deluxe Edition because I want...
Wow. I'm just gonna buy the regular edition.
No, I'm like, fuck those people.
What's in the deluxe edition?
I don't care. It's just more.
I care.
It's more like a fuck you to all those Wookiee, and they didn't excuse themselves. So yeah, like it's just getting annoying. Like, did you hear what happened to Limited Run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garbage. Oh my god, you like Harry Potter? Oh my god, you're fired. It took 4 hours to fire that person. Meanwhile, Ezra Miller in his own GTA server.
That's so fucking annoying.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I won't lie, I started finding it really annoying. I wanted to cover the fact that the new anime about Nier Automata has a lot of panty shot. But yeah, not yet. What else? Yeah, and I'm looking forward for the game because it looks kind of cool. Kinda. Did you hear about the Final Fantasy drama?
Oh, which one? I try to limit the amount of drama in my life.
No, it's because Final Fantasy 16, I guess. Well, it's coming out, right?
The developer said buy a PS5.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. First off, you don't get to tell me like what console to buy. First off, what PS5? You can't buy that fucking console. Ironically, the only console right now you could get on the market is probably the Xbox Series X and the Switch.
Oh yeah, but that's not...
Those are the only consoles I've seen in stores.
I will say it this way. I think that they do have a bonus if they sell the PS5.
Oh, I
for
don't
that.
doubt that, but it's just, dude.
It's your CP. Nobody cares.
It's not that. I don't hate Yoshi P. It's just that, dude. Where am I going to find the PS5? Even if I sell a kidney, I'm not gonna find a PS5.
Oh, I don't disagree with you.
Xbox, Switch, only shit. I've never seen a PS5 in store. Never seen an Xbox Series X.
He's like, I never saw a PS4 in the wild.
Never seen my dad. Like, wow. Like, I've seen the Switch. I've seen the Switch OLED. But,
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't mind a Switch.
Ha! I like how they always get fucked, those fucking...
I like that the Xbox is just a Game Pass machine.
Yeah. Most of Gundam looks good.
So, what do you think about Game Pass so far? You didn't play enough?
No, didn't play enough. So,
Send me that link, the mop.
no, this one we're gonna read it. That's why it's here. It's perfect for us. Geek, maps, and psychopath in
Sociopath.
subculture evolution. And I wanted to talk about this because...
Are you part of the Dark Triad?
Huh?
The Dark Triad?
I don't know.
No, because it was talking about psychopaths.
Oh, wow. This is original. Diver Galactic nearly tripled its user base.
Good. Good. Really
I'm
good.
Just looking around because I was looking for the one. What's the name?
Wait, go back. I want to see the thing about Wanted Dead. Scroll back up. Up. Yeah, is that... Oh, 1 day ago. Did I see that before? No, it's 1 day ago.
Yeah.
Click. I'm actually gonna try Wanted Dead.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it comes out at the same time as Harry Potter though, so I might go for Wanted Dead instead of Harry Potter.
Okay.
From the makers of Ninja
But
Gaiden.
I won't lie. It may have fucking the other one.
Yeah, from the makers of Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive.
Like you can see, nobody can see what you're reading.
Yeah. No,
You're
I
not
just wanted. No,
supposed
that
to.
was for you. That was for you, because it's Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden. So I have hope. It might not
Maybe
be.
I'm gonna see because I won't lie. I have a little bit more money than usual. Yeah, I have a little bit more money than usual. I had to be careful not to waste my stuff.
No, wasted.
No, because I have other stuff to pay. So that being said, yeah, looks kind of cool. They also have a trailer. Let's see.
Like, Wanted Dead kind of looks rough, but I want to give it a chance.
I won't lie. Yeah, we
It looks
talked
like
about
Devils.
it.
It looked
I was
like-
like, it looks good, but the female character looks too manly.
It looks like Devil's Third, but not as garbage.
The female character looks too manly.
Yeah, I know
Anyway,
what you mean.
okay.
On closer inspection, she doesn't look that bad, but at first I had the same impression. I was like, oh no, what is this going to be?
But still, I don't know. I'm kind of careful with those stuff.
It's mostly because it's the guys from Gaiden and Dead or Alive.
Yeah, I understand, but still, I don't want to.
You're gonna buy Harry Potter, shut the fuck up. Like,
Huh?
yeah. We know this shit is fucking woke. Here I can at least doubt. Harry Potter, there's no doubt. Like, J.K. Rowling shot herself in the foot. Like, the left just ate her alive. It just ate his own.
I didn't say the contrary.
I'm not saying it.
But the thing is that J.K. Rowling has nothing to do with the game. That's the thing.
Yeah, but that's the joke. She has nothing to do with the game, but just because the left everything by association, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you were in breathing
Okay.
distance of GK Rowling.
So I will let you read this because you're better at reading than I am, and I think that you will love this article. And this is a fucking great article. I saw it on RGE, and that's why
Ah, shit. Subcultures were the main creative cultural force from roughly 1975 to 2000 when they stopped working. Why? One reason, among several, is that as soon as subcultures start getting really interesting, they get invaded by muggles who ruin them.
Yep.
Subcultures have a predictable life cycle in which popularity causes death. Eventually, around 2000, everyone understood this and gave up hoping some subculture could somehow escape this dynamic. Yeah, I had the same thing with video games and also skateboard. You can read very brief previews of my analysis of subculture dynamics in this table and or this page. The muggles who invaded and ruined subcultures come in two distinct flavors. Mobs and sociopaths playing very different roles. This insight was influenced by Venkatesh Rao's Jurvedi principle and analysis of workplace dynamics. Rao's theory is hideous, insightful nihilism. I recommend it. The Bird of Cool. Before there is a subculture, there is a scene. A scene is a small group of creators who invent an exciting new thing. A musical genre, a religious sect, a film animation technique, a political theory, riffing off each other. They produce examples and variants.
Video games.
Yeah, and share them for multiple enjoyment, generating positive energy. The new scene draws fanatics. Fanatics don't create, but they contribute energy, time, money, adulation, organization, analysis to support the creators. Creators and fanatics are both geeks. Well, I'd say geeks do. People who play games do because there's mods and stuff.
Yeah, but that's the same.
But that's more
it's
the
like,
exception.
It's like the same thing. It's like if we talk about video game like what's his name? Fuck, Yakuza, aka like a dragon. Yakuza is a game franchise. No, Souls game. At first, you had Souls games and Souls player, but more the time comes, more people are like, "What? This game? Why all people are talking about Souls game?" At first, it was like
Yeah, this weird thing.
a little
It's
culture
a niche.
of people who wanted to suffer. Now it's Elden Ring. It's like one of the most sell-out games.
Everybody and their mother knows about it.
Yeah, it's like and
Comic books.
And what happened? Make it more accessible for us. Millennia is not a good character. Retard stuff, saying stuff.
Yeah, people. Well, at least Souls didn't get ruined. It's just that there's a lot of people around it who are trying.
No, because gatekeeping. Souls is the most gate-kept game, and that's the thing. You can. Each time people are like, "Oh, we need more accessible." Get good. That's it. You're close, and that's the thing. There's a reason why Souls game, not the Souls clone, but Souls game, doesn't have any Wookiees inside. It's because it's close.
Yeah, they didn't let anyone come in.
Oh, what?
Because usually other franchises start falling apart.
Yeah, because we as geek are. I think it's because we suffer. We didn't want people to suffer, so we were like, "Hey, what? Oh, you want to come? Come play with us. I'm gonna show you how to play."
Yeah, no, fuck people. People can suffer.
And then you have the Souls community who's like, "The game is difficult. Yeah, do you like it? No, I would like it if it was more easy. Oh, give me back this. Get out.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my house."
Okay, so the rest of the article. Creators and fanatics are both geeks. They totally love the new thing. They're fascinated with all the esoteric ins and outs, and they spend all available time either doing it or talking about it. If the scene is sufficiently geeky, it remains a strictly geek thing, a weird hobby, not a subculture. If the scene is unusually exciting and the new thing can be appreciated without having to get utterly geeky about details, it draws mobs. Mobs are fans, but not rabid fans like the fanatics. They show up to have a good time and contribute as little as reasonably can in exchange.
Mobs are more like tourists. Like
Normies.
Anime. We have a lot of normies who like, oh, I like anime, but there's too much panty shot, but there's too much violence. Why is anime just towards men? Oh, okay, so you're a fucking normie who don't know that shonen and shoujo exist. You don't know that there are some seinen. Is there another type? Because I know that seinen is young adult.
No, seinen, shonen, shoujo.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, basically normies and casual.
Yeah.
Geeks welcome mobs at first at least. It's the mass of mobs who turn a scene into a subculture. Creation is always at least partly an act of generosity. Creators want as many people to use and enjoy this creation as possible. It's also good for the ego. It confirms that the new thing is really exciting and not just in geek obsession. Further, some money can usually be extracted from mobs, just enough at this stage that some creators can quit their day jobs and go pro. Fanatics contribute much more per head than mobs, but there are few enough that it's rarely possible for creators to go full-time with support only from fanatics. Full-time creators produce more and better of the new thing. The mob invasion. Fanatics want to share their obsession, and mobs initially validate it for them too. However, as mobs numbers grow, they become a headache. Fanatics do all the organizational work, initially just on behalf of geeks, out of generosity and to enjoy a geeky sub-society. They put on events, build websites, tape up publicity flyers, and deal with accountants. Mobs just passively soak up the good stuff. You may even have to push them around the floor. They have to be led to the drink. At best, you can charge them admission or a subscription fee, but they'll inevitably argue that this is wrong because capitalism. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Capitalism is evil, and also because they forgot their wallet. That one hurt me because it's so true.
Yeah. I knew that you would love it.
Mobs also dilute the culture. The new thing, although attractive, is more intense and weird and complicated than mobs would prefer. Their favorite songs are the ones that are at least the new thing and more like other popular things. Some creators oblige with less radical, funnier, simpler creation. That's the worst. My issue at large is that school destroys people. People don't learn. People have the ability to think and question, and that ability is lessened, dampened, and destroyed over time. And what makes a thing interesting is that you have to engage a bit more with it. But people are, especially in the Western society, are lazy. So it's like, no, I don't want to have to, open the fruit, cut the watermelon or, remove the seeds. Have you ever ate a pomegranate? I don't want to have to remove the seeds and cut the fruit and get to the real meat.
You just have to.
I just want the juice. I just want the juice. Lazy fucks. So they make it. They dilute the thing. But they removed what made it interesting in the first place.
I will be frank with you. The impression that I do have is when something gets popular, I think that when women get in the fandom, the discussion dampens. Because it is like I was talking with some friends about One Piece and the theories, but the thing's like when there's a woman in, what they do most is shipping.
Yeah.
Shipping.
And
shipping. We do more theory, esoteric, like best question, who will win against Goku versus.
Yeah, but that's the
versus,
thing. Women
Superman.
are more, personal relationship oriented. So they're not gonna talk about the physical. We talked about how One Piece is a jab at like the government. How
Oh, it's clearly a job.
clearly a jab at the government. They're
It's
not
like,
gonna talk about who's the strongest. They're not gonna talk about what One Piece represents and the values and everything. They just
what
want
One
to know.
Piece is point, but we won't. Go
Yeah,
there
they
because-
just want to know like, oh, who's dating who? Who is this character related to? Is that his father? Like, what do they do in life? And that's fine. I don't mind that they prefer that kind of thing. But I noticed that when you do talk about more complicated stuff, it makes them uncomfortable. Like, shipping characters doesn't make me uncomfortable. If anything, when the romance is well done, you're kind of happy that some characters end up together.
Yeah.
But when women are in, not only does it the conversation gets limited to certain things, but when you try to have it more than that, they try to censor it. And also, like Darkstalkers, women who like Darkstalkers don't actually like the game. They like
Darkstalkers.
the Street Fighter with monsters, Morrigan.
Oh yeah.
They don't fucking play the game. They just cosplay Morrigan and all the girls because they're sexy.
Yeah. I
And
saw
that's
that too.
fine, but you like a specific aspect, but it gets dumbed down.
It's the same about Genshin Impact. If you see, there's like 3 community. You have the community who play the game and know the story and the lore. You have the chippers, and you have the Twitterati. The community that play the game is giving money and stuff. That's the one that MiHoYo support.
Yeah.
You have the cosplayer. The only thing that they see is the new character, and they try to cosplay it, and they try to ship stuff. Those are those who don't really give time or money to MiHoYo, but exist around, right?
Yeah.
So that the fanatic who play the game can consume that too. And then you have the Twitterati who's are always there trying to push MiHoYo to be more inclusive, have more representation, stop having lollies or some bullshit like that.
But that's the main issue is that a lot of these groups don't really invest into the thing.
True, but MiHoYo is a Genshin Impact is a what's the name? It's a gacha, so they don't
Yeah.
like 0.1% of the game. I think it's 1% of the gamer are fucking whales, and whales those big spenders.
Okay.
New character come in, they dump money in, like. You have whales, dolphin, and free to play.
It kind of reminds me of skateboard. I like skateboard, so I bought a longboard, a cruiser board, a skateboard. I built a skateboard. I started watching skateboard videos. I started learning tricks. I can do a backside 180 now. Yay!
Yeah, alone.
Yay!
But
But
it's cool. It's kind of cool.
skateboard had an issue where there were a lot of girls who bought skateboards, but they never actually learned anything. How to ride the skate. It was just a fashion accessory.
Yeah, but you see, that's different because at least the company who made skateboard
At least
made
got money. Yeah.
The thing is with the modern with geek property, the thing is like
No, you know what's worse?
only-
Fighting. When people get into the gym, okay, at least the gym owners make money, but then your stuff gets ruined. Because then you have fucking Logan Paul versus who gives a fuck. And yes, there's money being made. You know how karate kind
I
of...
don't think
You know how karate sucks?
Yeah.
Because they went, yeah, I know you're like hardcore and you actually fight full contact. But the normies don't actually want to fight and they
yeah,
make
but
money.
in that case you go Kokoshin. Because the thing's like the thing is that I don't think that Logan Paul have that much impression into boxing. Ring boxing before Logan Paul come in.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about how, your stuff gets diluted, like
Yeah,
karate, like what happened with karate. And they're trying to do the same thing with Muay Thai. I saw that some places have belts for Muay Thai. It's like there's no belts in Muay Thai. Don't try
What the fuck?
Don't try to.
Why
put that
would you
shit.
have belts for Muay Thai?
Belts are garbage anyway. Like the only discipline with belts that are okay is like jujitsu, and even then.
You know what? Sometimes I just want to come back and defend the make them defend their title as a gym. You come in and you're like, okay, what do you do? Muay Thai? Okay, let's go.
Well, who can actually fight here? Who could be a good representative of the gym? Well, I mean, nobody, because there's a lot of gyms who, people don't fight. It's just...
Oh no, my gym can.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, but there's a lot of gyms where it's just a recreational bullshit.
Oh,
and then when the mobs come in, they tone it down, they make it less rough, and
that's the thing. It's a subculture. Fighting is a subculture too. Yeah, you
should watch
the
documentary.
greater sport, and you have the fighting. That's a subculture of sport.
You should watch Fighting in the Age of Loneliness. It talks about MMA and how it went from this cool sub thing, and now it's like, oh god, now it's fucking.
But the thing is, like,
the mobs got
you can see it that the only reason why MMA is where it's at is because of Dana White. Who's the gatekeeper? Like, I wanted to talk about this like maybe next week because I was trying to find more example. So, you watch Rise of Fist, right?
Yeah.
And I like how all the new creator are talking about how this is the Iron Age because we are building our own stuff, like people who are creating the stuff because we have the Silver
Indie
Age
games, mods.
Yeah, but you have the Silver Age, the
Bronze, Gold, Silver.
Yeah, Bronze Age, Silver Age, Gold Age, and the Golden Age is done. It's over, and now we have the indie creator, and we all forge what we want with our own hands. I try to do the same if I'm trash, but this concept is pretty interesting because I think it will be the first time there won't be a market crash with the market having to take him back, if you understand what I mean. Like, you remember the video game crash? Only another video game company could recreate video game to bring them back.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Now, there is a comic book crash, but the independent comics already are taking the money, so they're already going high with what they're doing. So this is like kind of cool.
Okay, the rest. Wait.
Okay.
Mobs relate to each other in normal ways, like people on TV, with which the fanatics find repellent. During intermission, geeks want to talk about the new thing, but mobs blather about sports ball and celebrities. Also, the mobs also seem increasingly entitled, treating the fanatics as service workers. Fanatics may be generous, but they signed up to support geeks, not mobs. At this point, they may all quit, and the subculture collapses.
It made me think about how when, damn, that was a fucking long time ago, when I was the only one who was reading manga before Naruto became popular.
I remember that era, and then people like, oh, I'm reading Naruto, and it's like, Naruto is
and
fucking basic
then they're
shit.
like, okay, but who's stronger than, you're like, okay, this, and they're like, it's impossible, and you're like, you're just reading Naruto, it's normal, you don't know nothing about this medium. And then they're like, and after...
Did you watch Bubblegum Crisis? What? Exactly.
It's like after years of getting bullied, they're all asking you what to read, what they should watch.
Now it's cool. So now you got pushed into lockers, and now it's cool. Okay, fuck off. Okay, the sociopath invasion. Unless sociopaths show up, a subculture at this stage is ripe for exploitation. The creators generate culture capital, i.e. cool. The fanatics generate social capital, a network of relationships, strong ones among the geeks and weaker but numerous ones with mobs. The mobs, when properly squeezed, produce liquid capital, i.e. money. None of these groups have any clue about how to extract and manipulate any of the those forms of capital. The sociopaths quickly become best friends with selected creators. They just dress like the creators, only better. They talk just like the creators, only smoother. They may even do some creating competently, if not creatively. Geeks may not be completely fooled, but they are also clueless about what the sociopaths are up to. Mobs are fooled. They don't care so much about details, and the sociopaths look to them like creators, only better. Sociopaths become the coolest kids in the room, demoting the creators. At this stage, they take the pick of the best-looking mobs to sleep with. They've extracted the cultural capital. Can we say it's Neil?
Yeah, Neil Cockman. That I like how he was taking the same shit.
It's Neil Cockman.
Neil Cockman.
I'm Amy Henning. I wrote Legacy of Kain and Uncharted, and then you have this guy who's more presentable, more palatable, because he talks about feminism and stuff. He's more
with his fucking man bun that you wanna
cut, and he presents himself, and normies are like, oh, those creators are fucking weird. So when you have one of them that talks like a normal person and is better dressed,
hey, it's cool. This guy,
yeah, he's cool. This guy, and then what did he do? He kicked out Amy Henning. And then he stopped, I have to infiltrate. So I have to be creative and do shit well. So he makes The Last of Us 1. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna make my own stupid shit.
No, what he does is Amy Henning is writing stuff, and he's like, okay, cool. And then it pop out. But he was the boss. So now I don't need you no more because I'm
But
the
that's
boss
the thing, the
of the show.
sociopaths are... they can...
I like how we both think about sociopath. The first face in our head is fucking...
I saw his man bun in my head. The thing is that they're not necessarily the best. You can see that when he made Last of Us 2.
No, he's not the best.
But they can, squeeze by. Just go, oh, Amy told me to do this, okay, I'm gonna do this. If you put him as the director of the game, but you have someone else that's competent, he's not gonna fuck it up. But if you make him... director, producer, director, and director. It was director and now also the creative director. Now you fucked up. When they kicked out everybody else and now they're at the top and they don't have someone with actual good ideas.
And they don't want it because they're sociopath. They have to be the best.
And also before,
say no.
Even if they had good ideas, they're like, okay, I'm not at the top yet. I'm gonna shut up about my ideas. I'm gonna do good ideas, and then, she's gone. Oh, lesbians.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if you if you think about it, at first he couldn't implement what he wanted because Amy was there to check him. So Amy was...
what was the term?
What?
Bigot sandwich.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. But that's the thing. You see what I mean? This article is right on fucking point. When I said that we're gonna start this year with a bang, we have the best articles to start it with.
Okay, the rest. The sociopaths also... The sociopaths also work out to monetize mobs, which the fanatics were never good at. While a bit like how, in the early days of video games, they did games in their basement, but they didn't have the business side. John Carmack understood the business side, but John Romero didn't, and he made Daikatana and wasted money for like 3 years. Mm-hmm. But John Carmack is actually a fucking super mega nerd. But then... then you have other people who...
You have the suit. Suit are kind of psychopath.
Yeah, the sociopath. You got the suit. Then you have John Carmack who made Doom. And then, id is making like Doom and Doom Eternal. And then you have the other team who's making Wolfenstein Youngblood. And oh, fuck.
That's the thing. Like, and it's kind of true. I was watching the Mighty Quest of... The Mighty Quest. It's Apple TV exclusive. That's pretty bad. But the series is fucking good. Like, you have like...
I saw the clip.
Yeah.
When she's like, oh, I want to see that at the table. What do you want? I don't know.
Yeah. But there's another way. It's the thing about the new equipment. And people are like, yeah, but we don't well, I want to make this, and it's like it's cool, but how do we monetize it?
Yeah, the axe or
We
the shovel.
We don't. So they try firing the guy, the suit, and then they're like, okay, but all the economy just crashed in the game because you fucked it up. You need a balance at the same time because we cannot only live by water and good faith. That's why Twitter
You can't be a sociopath, but you can't just be a geek.
Yeah.
You have to be somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Where, like a John Carmack, you make good shit.
like the team that created Yakuza.
Yeah, because they make good shit, but they understand the business side.
Our Nintendo is pretty good at this.
They make good shit, but they understand that it's a business too.
Yeah.
They have a good balance. So
Yeah.
they're not like the creatives who take 5 years to make a game, but they're not the suits. Well, okay, they also take 5 years to make a game, but they're like, oh man, we have to microtransactions and Jesus.
Yeah.
Woke shit, ESG. Okay, so, where was I? Somehow, not much of the money goes to creators. However, more of them do get enough to go full time, which means there's more product to sell. The sociopaths also hire some of the fanatics as actual service workers. They resent it, but at least they get to work full time on the new thing, which they still love, and even in the light version. The rest of the fanatics get pushed out or leave in disgust, broken hearted. You know when you like the game industry, and by the time you get there and you work there, it's like, oh, it's trash now.
Yeah. The best example is like, is it 40K? No. What's the name? Damn, I don't have a good example because I was going with the card game or 40K or Dungeon and Dragon, how they always put some woke bullshit virtue signal. But yeah, like the comic industry. They push out all the people who are competent.
Yeah.
And now you have all the story about how this guy's gay, this guy's lesbian, this guy's
Joker is
straight.
pregnant.
Joker's pregnant.
Oh, you didn't see it?
Yes, I saw it, but I didn't want to talk about it.
Okay, we're not going to talk about it. Okay. After a couple of years, the cool is all used up, partly because the new thing is no longer new, and partly because it was diluted into a new light, which is inherently uncool. As the mobs dwindle, the sociopaths loot whatever value
I
is
wanted
left,
to comment on that.
and move on to the next exploit.
The fact that they say that it's diluted, it's always what fans say when the creator listen to the Wookiee or to the fucking tourist. Like the best example, if Elden Ring, the next Elden Ring come out with difficulty slider or something, people will be like, it's no more Elden Ring. Everyone can do it because I can.
Zelda doesn't need a difficulty slider; it's just well balanced.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. If they put some difficulty
I'm done.
slider, everyone will be like, okay, but it's not a Souls-like.
Unless you have hard and extra hard.
I don't want to choose. Extra hard or the bonus boss.
Okay, so this is normal Elden Ring. This is Elden Ring, but if you die once, your game is deleted and the console blows up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. As the mobs dwindle, they loot. They leave behind only wreckage, devastated geeks who still have no idea what happened to their wonderful new thing, and the wonderful friendships they formed around it. Often the geeks all end up hating each other, due first to the stress of supporting mobs, and later to the sociopath divide and conquer manipulation tactics. Unless some of the creators are geniuses, if they can make the new thing geniuses mass appeal, they can ascend into superstardom. The subculture will reorganize around them into a much more durable form. I won't go into that in there. I'll point out that this almost never happens without sociopaths. An ambitious creator may know they have mass appeal, genius, and could be a star, but very rarely do they know how to get from here to there. Unless Gabe Newell. So what is there to be done? This is a geek question. The subculture lifestyle is a problem only from a geek perspective. As far as mobs are concerned, it provides reliable, low-cost waves of novelty entertainment, and casual social relationships. As far as sociopaths are concerned, it generates easy exploitable pools of prestige, sex, power, and money. From a utilitarian point of view, mobs usually outnumber geeks, so in terms of total social value, it's all good. Can't make omelets without breaking some eggheads. So what is to be done? Geeks can refuse to admit mobs. In fact, successful subcultures always do create costly barriers to entry to keep out the uncommitted. In the heyday of subcultures, those were called posers. Most exclusion keeps the subculture comfortable for geeks, but severely limits its potential. Often there is a struggle between geeks who like their cozy little club as it is, and geeks who want a shot at greatness for themselves or the group, or the new thing. In any case, subculture boundaries are always porous, and if the new thing is cool enough, mobs will get in regardless. The optimal mob geek ratio is maybe 6-1. At that ratio, the mobs provide more energy than they consume. A ratio above 10-1 becomes unworkable. It's a recipe for burnout amongst supporting fanatics. Ideally, the ratio could be controlled. I think few subcultures understand this imperative, and I'm not sure how it could be done even if one did understand. Mobs move in herds. Usually either there are only a few or the numbers quickly grow too large. Sociopaths only show up if there's enough mobs to exploit, so excluding or limiting mobs is a strategy for excluding sociopaths. Some subcultures do understand this and succeed with it. Alternatively, you could recognize sociopaths and eject them. Geeks may be pretty good at the recognizing, but are lousy at the ejecting. Mobs don't recognize sociopaths and anyway don't care. It's mostly that they don't care. And geeks are usually fatherless bitches, so they don't do shit.
No, it's just that we like.
They're too
share.
nice. They like to share.
Yeah.
So, fatherless bitches. Mobs have little investment in the subculture and can just walk away when sociopaths ruin it. By the time sociopaths show up, mobs are numerically most of the subculture. Sociopaths manipulate the mobs, and it's hard for geeks to overrule an overwhelming majority. Oh, I like the next part. Anyway, horribly, geeks need sociopaths. If the new thing is ever going to be more than a geeky hobby or be fad that collapses under the weight of mob invasion, so what is to be done? I think he's going to cover it. Be slightly evil. The subculture mode mostly ended around 2000. There are still subcultures, new ones all the time, but they no longer have the cultural and social force they used to. The classical model of subcultures no longer works for the reasons given here. Plus others I'll describe in the coming writing. I don't think it can be rescued. However, the fluid mode, my hope for the future, resembles the subculture mode in many ways. The same social dynamics may play out unless there is a powerful antidote. A slogan of Rouse may point the way be slightly evil. Or geeks need to learn and use some of the sociopaths. That's what I was going to say. You don't need sociopaths. You just need. That's what I'm saying in life. You are one thing and you have to accept it, but you have to dive into your opposite qualities to have balance. For example, some fighters, when they fight, they like to move forward. But if you force them to move back, they're terrible. They look awkward. You don't need to be a defensive fighter, but you need to just be competent enough. You don't need to be a sociopath. But when you see sociopaths and mobs trying to move in, you go, no, shut the fuck up, get good. You know, you keep the fuck out of it. And you, who understands the sociopath mindset, like a John Carmack, you can, or Game Newell, you can move up your thing to superstardom. But people still like John Carmack.
I don't know if Game Newell is a good example because I just think that he don't give a shit mostly.
Yeah, but people still like Steam. And it's still the best platform out there, and people.
Here's the best platform.
Yeah, people still, but that's what I said. People still like id Software. Doom Eternal is fucking cool.
Yeah.
And you need to do that. You need to have someone like a John Carmack who can go, no, don't waste 3 years on a fucking game that's not gonna make money. Understand the business side, but having that business mindset, but to make the fandom better and not just to line your own pockets or to push your agenda like Neil Cuckman.
Damn, the guy who created Minecraft.
Mojang.
Mojang 2 is a good example of a fusion. because he made a game for him that blew the fuck out. Yeah.
Specific strategies for sociopathy are outside the scope of this book. However, I have an abstract suggestion. Rao concludes his analysis by explaining that sociopaths are actually nihilists, in much the same sense that I use the word. Serious subcultures are usually eternalistic. The new thing is a source of meaning that gives everyone in life purpose. Eternalistic naivete makes subcultures much easier to exploit. Slightly evil defense of a subculture requires realism. Letting go of eternalist hope and faith in imagery guarantees that the new thing will triumph. Such realism is characteristic in nihilism. Nihilism has its own delusions, though. It is worth trying to create beautiful, useful new things, and we're defending them against nihilism. A fully realistic worldview corrects both eternalistic and nihilistic errors. Combining what works with eternalism and nihilism amounts to the complete stance, which is essentially the same thing as the fluid mode. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Have the balance of both sides so that it doesn't tip too far one way. Because if you're nihilistic, you're like, oh, I don't care about anything, why bother? But if you're too hopeful, oh yeah, well,
everything's gonna be alright.
Everything is cool, and then you invite everyone, and then everyone shits in your bed.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. That's one of the reasons why Souls-like are as popular as they are. They didn't come out each fucking year to just big milk like each franchise that I know. They came out with some delay, and now they're like, okay, we did a lot of stuff, and we're going back to our roots. So I'm looking forward for the next game from that. Same thing. So yeah.
Yeah, that was a good podcast.
Yeah, and this article was pretty good. So don't forget, be slightly evil
and gatekeep people.
And gatekeep people.
Yeah, that's a new fuck your other thing. Now it's be slightly evil.
He's like, fuck, stay passionate.
No, fuck your passion. No, stay passionate and be slightly evil.
Yeah.
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 Okay, you say stay passionate.
No, you can say.
No, you say stay passionate, and I say be slightly evil.
Yeah, but you want to be slightly evil, and I want them to be stay passionate. So
be slightly evil
and stay passionate.
Oh, you just wanted to have the last word. Fuck you.
Always, because I'm slightly evil.
Oh, fuck off. No, stay super evil. Be fucking evil. Fuck everything up. Fuck him. No, fuck. You're not gonna have the last word.